So this person is probably pulling a hamstring with the amount of reaching that they're doing in this comment, but let's take a look at it and then let's talk about what it's all about. This person says, so what you're saying is that foreign countries taking more than they pay is fine because they aren't Republican states, ? I'm not sure I understand what you're saying. No, that's not at all what I was saying. Somebody said that we need to get our own house in order before we help our neighbors. And they were referring to the foreign aid that the United States gives to a multitude of countries every year, right? We give billions of dollars, for example, to Israel every year, year in, year out. We assist them financially. That's one of just a shit ton of countries we give foreign aid to. And the person was saying we need to cut that off. We need to cut off the foreign aid until we get our own house in order. And what I was saying in the video was, so does it extend to, first and foremost, does it extend to every country? Because what people who, from the right side of the political spectrum, what people like that are talking about typically when they say, we got to get our own house in order before we keep giving money to these foreign countries, they're talking about places like Ukraine. But they're not talking about places like Israel, where those very same people say we need to keep pouring money into there in order to continue to help the Israelis. So that was the first point I made. And then the second point I made was, would that person be willing to carry that same attitude internally within the United States? For example, every single blue state in the country is a donor state. They take in less in federal funding than they put out, and with the exception of one, New Mexico, and every single red state, with the exception of 3, are taker states. So can we do that on a state-by-state level? Can each state keep its own federal tax dollars? Illinois, where I live, can they keep the federal revenue that is generated here in Illinois so that they can get their own house in order first before they help their neighbor? The position that the person in that video was in that comment was taking. So I'll ask you the same question. If you agree with that statement, if you agree that the United States as a country should no longer give foreign aid because it is important to get our own house in order before we give any foreign aid, the first thing I would sneak in is tell me what spending programs you are in favor of in order to help the American people. Are you in favor of spending programs that allow more Americans to be able to go to college by making it more affordable, or making community college free at the point of service? Are you in favor of things like universal health care that would help more Americans out? Are you in favor of programs that get homeless people off the streets? What are you in favor of? That would be my first question. But my second question is, can we do that in the United States as well? Can we do it in each individual state? Can Cook County and the Collar counties up here in the Chicagoland area keep its tax revenue instead of sending it to the southern Illinois counties, the Republican counties that do nothing but bitch about us? I think that Chicago should get its own house in order before it helps Marion, Illinois. Don't you? I think that Cook County should get its own house in order before it helps any Republican counties. That's what I was saying. I don't know what you're talking about when you're talking about foreign countries taking more than they pay. We give foreign aid because we give foreign aid. They're not... Anyway, no, that's not what I was saying at all.